loves, welcome back to my kitchen, and today we're making a viewer suggested recipe and trying some plantain bakes, so let's get cooking. Now starting in our smoothie cup, we are putting 1 small overripe plantain that we have in some chunks, and we are adding to that 1/3 cup of water. Now we are going to add that to our smoothie blender and we are going to blend it into a nice smooth puree. Now you want to blend to ensure that all those plantain chunks are removed and it becomes nice and smooth. Now this is what it looks like. Ooh, so smooth. Now once we are done, we then add it to our bowl. And to that we are adding 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of yeast. We are then going to mix that up to get it slightly combined before we add the other ingredients. We are then adding 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 2 tablespoons of butter that has been melted and sitting at room temperature, and then we are going to add 2 cups of flour that has been sifted. Now we use our fork to mix so that we can start getting the dough to come together. Now once we see everything is together and the dough starts to form, we are then going to go in with our hands so we can start getting to our dough. We mix it a little bit in the bowl, and once we see it coming together, we are then going to place it onto our surface, and we are going to add an additional 1/4 cup of flour that we are going to use in order to knead this dough. Now guys, you want to knead it for about 3 to 5 minutes to ensure that we get a nice smooth dough. Once we're done kneading, we put it into a nice little ball, do our little finger test, see that it's good. We then place it back into our bowl and cover it up for about 30 minutes. Now after that 30 minutes, we want to take our dough and we're going to divide it into 12 equal pieces. Equal in as much as we can get it to be, but we're going to put it into 12 pieces. Now with each of those individual pieces, we are going to put it into some nice little balls. We do the little pinching to the bottom side of the dough and then we put it into some nice balls and set it aside. And we're going to do that with every single one of those pieces of the dough. If you want this a little bigger, guys, at this point you can do that. If you want it smaller, you can do that by just dividing the dough into different sizes to make it as big or as small as you want. Now once we're done putting all those pieces into the little balls, we then dust our surface with a little flour, and using our rolling pin we are going to roll it out into a nice round shape. Now guys, at this point you want to roll it to just about 1/4 inch thick because we don't want this dough to be too thin. So we roll it out nicely and then we press a little on the outsides and we put it on a side, and repeat the same thing for all the other dough balls. we make this dough and we roll it out, it sometimes tends to lose its size and it shrinks up a little bit. So once we're done rolling everything, I then go over again with the rolling pin and ensure that everything is, nice and flat. Ensure that it sticks to that particular size that I want it. Once I am done giving it that second roll, I am covering it up and letting it sit for a few minutes so that I can get started on our pan. Now in our pan we have some oil added and we are going to leave it at low to medium heat. We don't want this too hot. Once we see it's at the heat that we want, we are then going to fry our bakes. Now guys, you want to fry each bake for about a minute on each side. While it is frying, you will see that I am taking my tongs and I am putting some of the hot oil onto the top, because I feel that when we put the oil onto the top, it helps it to rise a little bit, and then we get that nice floating little texture, that nice fluffiness that we always want in our bakes. So then we are going to just fry it till it gets golden brown, and we turn it occasionally because we don't want it to get too brown on each side, but we want that nice golden brown color. Once it gets to that point, we just remove it from the oil, and we repeat for all our bakes. Have it guys, our beautiful delicious plantain bakes. Now guys, I was so excited to try this recipe and it's so good. I swear I am never making regular bakes again. Now I tried opening it up so that you all can see what it looks like, but it was so hot I think I burnt my hands a few times. Now if you're like me and you don't like your bakes to be super thick and super doughy, this is perfect for you. This is how it looks. It's so airy, it's so fluffy. It was so hot while I was trying to show this to you all. Looking at this one, it has, it's so hot. A little less of the air in there because I know, sometimes you want just that little extra, so I was just showing you how both of them came out. But this is it guys. This recipe was just so awesome. I really enjoyed writing this recipe for you all. Thanks to Breeze Vlogs for suggesting that I make this. I absolutely loved it. Let me know in the comment section below guys if any of you have had anything like this before. Let me know if you try it, and I will see you in the next one. Okay, bye.